Wait, you think you already get Mexico? Tacos, tequila, beaches, and chaos, right? Well, that's barely scratching the surface. Beneath the postcard scenes lies a country that can flip your idea of cheap paradise upside down. Imagine living comfortably on $900 a month, surrounded by warmth, color, and some of the most stunning women you'll ever meet. But here's the twist. Mexico isn't just about affordability. It's about rhythm, risk, and an unexpected sense of belonging. From street tacos that taste like heaven to quiet towns that steal your peace. This is real life, raw and magnetic. Let's begin. Number 12. Cost of living. Can you really survive on $900 a month? All right, let's talk numbers, because that's what everyone secretly wants to know. Can you really live in Mexico on just $900 a month? The answer: absolutely, and with style. Rent for a nice one-bedroom in cities like Mérida or Querétaro can go for around $350 to $450. Throw in $200 for groceries, $50 for transport, and another $100 for eating out. And you're still under budget. Even a cold beer costs around $1, and street tacos? Try $2 for 3. The real surprise is how far your dollar stretches here. Local markets beat supermarkets in price and freshness. Electricity stays low year-round. And healthcare, yes, private healthcare, can be shockingly affordable, with checkups under $40. But don't be fooled, Mexico isn't all cheap thrills. Live like a luxury tourist in Tulum, and your $900 dream will vanish faster than you can say margarita. The key is balance. Blend local habits with smart spending, and you'll find Mexico's comfort zone feels richer than most Western cities. The lifestyle here isn't about surviving, it's about living well on less. Number 11. Expat life and digital nomad communities. Here's where things get real, because Mexico isn't just a vacation spot anymore. It's an expat magnet. From beach towns like Playa del Carmen to highland gems like San Miguel de Allende, foreigners are setting up shop, working remotely, and building new lives. Why? Fast Wi-Fi, warm weather, and a social vibe that makes even introverts feel alive. You'll find co-working cafes buzzing with remote workers from the US, Europe, and even Asia, all drawn by affordable rent and daily costs that barely dent their income. In Puerto Vallarta, expats throw beach barbecues every weekend. In Oaxaca, they meet for mezcal tastings and art nights. And guess what? Visas are pretty chill too. Mexico offers one of the easiest temporary resident permits in Latin America, letting you stay up to 4 years. English is widely spoken in hotspots, but learning basic Spanish opens up friendships that no expat Facebook group can match. The best part? Locals generally welcome foreigners. Just don't act superior or treat the country like your playground. Mexico rewards those who adapt to its rhythm, not those who try to control it. If you blend in, you won't just live here, you'll belong here. Number 10. Mexican women and social culture. Here's where things get fascinating, because understanding Mexico means understanding its people, especially its women. Mexican women are known for their warmth, strength, and an energy that feels both confident and deeply traditional. They're stylish, family-oriented, and take pride in their culture. But here's the twist. Modern Mexican women are also highly educated and independent. Many balance work, studies, and family life like pros. Social life here revolves around connection, long meals, laughter-filled gatherings, and respect for family ties. Dating, though, moves slower and carries more meaning. Charm and sincerity go a long way. Don't expect instant chemistry if you act like a tourist. People here value trust and genuine effort. Money-wise, social outings are easy on the wallet. $25 can cover dinner and drinks at a nice local spot, while beach dates or coffee meetups might run under $10. Friendship circles are tight-knit, so once you're in, you're really in. Foreigners who take time to learn Spanish, respect traditions, and show humility often find themselves embraced like family. That's the beauty of Mexican social life. It's not about impressing, it's about belonging. Number 9. Safety and reality versus stereotype. Let's clear the air. Mexico isn't the Wild West the media often makes it out to be. Yes, there are unsafe areas, but the truth is, most of Mexico is as peaceful as anywhere else. Cities like Mérida, Querétaro, and San Cristobal de las Casas consistently rank among the safest in Latin America. Expats walk home at night, kids play in parks, and life feels surprisingly calm. The trick? Stay informed and avoid border regions or cartel-heavy zones, just like you'd avoid rough neighborhoods back home. Money talks here too. Middle-class comfort can mean safer living. Gated apartments in solid neighborhoods cost around $400 to $600 monthly, often with 24-hour security. Even transportation feels secure. Uber, Didi, and local taxis are cheap and widely used. Tourists sometimes get careless, flashing cash or wandering drunk in sketchy areas, and that's when trouble finds them. Be smart, blend in, and Mexico will treat you kindly. The locals themselves are protective and community-minded. You'll often find them looking out for strangers. So, while headlines scream danger, everyday life tells a different story. Calm streets, friendly faces, and a rhythm that's more neighborhood salsa night than newsroom chaos. To comment, then subscribe and like before we move on. Let's keep this journey rolling. Number 8. Food scene. Street tacos to high-end dining. Forget everything you think you know about Mexican food, because once you hit the streets of Mexico, your taste buds are in for a full-on roller coaster. Street tacos at 2 a.m.? That's just the start. For under $3, you can grab 5 tacos packed with sizzling meat, onions, and fresh salsa so fiery it wakes your soul. But then, boom, you step into a chic restaurant in Mexico City where tasting menus rival Michelin star experiences yet cost a fraction of what you'd pay in New York or London. A full gourmet meal with drinks might set you back $30 to $40 tops. Even coffee culture is exploding. Locals sip artisan brews in trendy cafes that double as creative hubs. And the freshness? Next level. Ingredients are local, seasonal, and flavorful in a way processed imports can't touch. From Oaxaca's smoky mole to Yucatan's cochinita pibil and Baja's seafood feasts, every region feels like a different country on your plate. Eating here isn't just about filling up. It's a lifestyle, a social ritual, a joy. And if you're living on a budget, you'll love that even daily dining out won't burn your wallet. Trust me, food in Mexico isn't just good, it's unforgettable. Number 7. Housing and lifestyle options. Now, let's talk about one of Mexico's biggest game changers, where you live and how good life can actually get for the price. Imagine renting a modern one-bedroom apartment in a clean, safe neighborhood for $400 to $600 a month. Fully furnished, sometimes even with a pool. Move away from tourist zones, and that drops closer to $300. Want luxury? Beachfront condos in Playa del Carmen or Puerto Vallarta range around $900 to $1,200, still far below US or European prices. But here's the kicker. You can own property as a foreigner through a simple trust setup, and many expats actually do. Lifestyle-wise, it's all about flexibility. You can live quietly in a colonial town like San Miguel de Allende, or embrace the big city buzz of Guadalajara. Even utilities, housekeeping, and internet are budget-friendly. A cleaner might charge $20 for a full day, Wi-Fi around $25 monthly. Add in cheap fresh food markets and sunny weather year-round, and you've got comfort on autopilot. Mexico lets you design your dream life, urban, beachy, or mountain calm, without ever feeling broke. Number 6. Festivals and everyday celebrations. If there's one thing Mexico doesn't believe in, it's dull days. Here, celebrations aren't events, they're a lifestyle. Every month, there's something exploding in color, music, and joy. Dia de Muertos? The entire country transforms into a masterpiece of candles, marigolds, and painted faces, celebrating life through death. Independence Day? Streets roar with fireworks, tequila, and mariachi bands that play until sunrise. But it's not just the famous ones. Small towns throw fiestas for saints, harvests, even birthdays that last for days. What's crazy is how locals pull this off without breaking the bank. A community party might cost $5 to join, and food? Homemade tamales and fresh horchata often flow freely. Travelers often find themselves invited to random street parties, and before you know it, you're dancing with strangers who treat you like family. These celebrations reflect something rare, joy rooted in simplicity. No overpriced concert tickets, no strict dress codes, just pure energy and human connection. If you're living in Mexico, expect life to move between work and constant festivity. The country doesn't wait for holidays to celebrate. It turns every ordinary moment into one. Number 5. Healthcare and quality of life. Here's something most travelers don't expect. Mexico's healthcare system is shockingly good for the price you pay. Private hospitals in cities like Mérida, Guadalajara, and Monterrey offer top-tier service, often with US-trained doctors, yet the cost is about 60 to 80% cheaper than in the States. A full medical checkup? Around $40. Dentist cleaning? $25. Even surgeries and prescriptions can be so affordable that some Americans fly down just for treatment. Public healthcare exists too, but most expats stick with private clinics for speed and comfort. And get this, many Mexican pharmacies don't require prescriptions for basic meds, making everyday health maintenance easier and cheaper. Combine that with the country's laid-back lifestyle, fresh produce, and year-round sunshine, and it's no wonder retirees and digital nomads keep calling this place home. Stress melts away when you can actually afford to stay healthy. People walk more, eat fresher, and smile often. It's that balance of cost and comfort that makes Mexico's quality of life hard to beat. Money truly stretches farther here, not just for living, but for living well. Number 4. Work and business opportunities. Let's get one thing straight. Mexico isn't just a place to chill on the beach with a margarita. It's quietly becoming a gold mine for digital nomads, entrepreneurs, and small business dreamers. You'd be shocked how many foreigners are running six-figure online gigs from sunlit apartments in Oaxaca or managing remote teams from cafes in Guadalajara. Fast Wi-Fi. Check low living costs. Double check. Even co-working spaces are booming. $120 a month gets you high-speed internet, coffee refills, and an instant network of creators and freelancers. But here's where it gets interesting. Mexico's economy is growing fast, fueled by manufacturing, tech, tourism, and nearshoring, companies moving operations from Asia closer to the US. Cities like Monterrey, Querétaro, and Tijuana are becoming Latin America's new business hubs. Starting a local business isn't out of reach either. Foreigners can legally own companies here, often with less red tape than you'd think. And the kicker? Labor and rental costs are low. Imagine running a cafe or a small hostel with staff salaries around $500 to $700 monthly, or renting prime shop space for under $800. Remote workers also benefit big time from the temporary resident visa, which can last up to 4 years. The income requirement, about $2,600 per month in steady income, sounds like a lot, but for many online earners, it's totally doable. Once you're set up, you're living in a country where your dollar stretches like never before. You can upgrade your lifestyle, nice apartment, great food, domestic help, gym memberships, without going broke. Still, it's not all smooth sailing. Mexico runs on connections and trust. Want business to work here? You've got to show up, shake hands, and adapt to local rhythm. Punctuality's flexible, bureaucracy's real, and personal relationships matter more than contracts. But once locals trust you, doors open faster than anywhere else. That's the beauty of Mexico. It rewards persistence and personality. Whether you're freelancing, investing, or starting fresh, Mexico offers something rare: the chance to build success and actually enjoy life while doing it. Don't forget to comment, then subscribe and like before we move on, so you don't miss the next wild fact. Number 3. Language and communication barriers. Now here's a fun challenge. Living in Mexico means facing the reality that English won't always save you. Sure, in tourist hotspots like Playa del Carmen or Mexico City's Condesa district, you'll hear English everywhere. But step outside that bubble, and suddenly, Google Translate becomes your best friend. Still, that's where the magic happens. Locals love when foreigners try Spanish, even if it's clumsy. A buenos dias or gracias said with a smile can break more barriers than perfect grammar ever could. But let's be honest, language shapes your experience here. Learn a bit, and you'll unlock cheaper prices at markets, deeper friendships, and a sense of belonging money can't buy. Street vendors, taxi drivers, and neighbors treat you differently when they see effort. And if you're staying long-term, investing in Spanish lessons, about $10 to $15 an hour for private tutoring, is worth every peso. Still, communication in Mexico isn't just about words. It's about vibe. People here express warmth through tone, gestures, and patience. Conversations take time. Interruptions are normal, and humor runs deep. Even without perfect Spanish, you'll quickly pick up the rhythm. People talk with heart, not precision. Digital nomads often joke that Mexico teaches you to feel language. And they're right. You might not understand every word, but you'll understand meaning. Plus, the longer you stay, the faster you pick it up. Daily life is the best classroom. For expats doing business, many locals in urban centers speak functional English, especially in professional settings. But in smaller towns, Spanish is non-negotiable. The reward for learning it? You'll pay less, connect more, and truly feel the heartbeat of this country. Money talks too. Bilingual locals earn more, and expats fluent in Spanish often negotiate better deals, whether for housing, services, or partnerships. So while language might seem like a barrier at first, it's actually your best investment in making Mexico yours. Once you embrace it, you'll realize the country doesn't just speak to you, it sings. Number 2. Natural beauty and adventure spots. Let's be honest, you can't talk about Mexico without mentioning how ridiculously beautiful it is. But here's the thing, it's not just beaches and margaritas. This country is a full-on adventure playground. One day you're diving into turquoise cenotes in Yucatan. The next you're hiking volcanoes like Popocatépetl or exploring copper-colored canyons deeper than the Grand Canyon itself. The Copper Canyon train ride? Absolutely breathtaking. It snakes through cliffs, waterfalls, and indigenous villages for less than $100. That's cinematic travel on a budget. And those beaches everyone raves about? They actually live up to the hype. The Pacific Coast brings rugged surf towns like Sayulita and Puerto Escondido, laid back, cheap, and buzzing with creative nomads. Then there's the Caribbean side, Tulum, Bacalar, Isla Holbox, where you can swim with whale sharks, kayak through glowing lagoons, or relax on white sands that look airbrushed. Even mountain lovers get their fix. Towns like Valle de Bravo and San Cristobal de las Casas mix forest trails, waterfalls, and misty charm. Money-wise, Mexico spoils you. Adventure tours average $20 to $50, scuba diving costs half of what you'd pay in Hawaii, and renting a car for a road trip can be as low as $30 a day. You don't need to be rich to chase sunsets here. You just need curiosity. The country's diversity means you can live in one area for months and still find hidden gems just hours away. And the best part? Many locals run eco-lodges, family-owned restaurants, and outdoor experiences that feel authentic, not touristy. That's Mexico's secret. It's not just a destination, it's a mosaic of landscapes that feels alive. Desert meets jungle. Ancient ruins rise beside modern cities, and oceans whisper stories older than history itself. Every road trip feels like 10 countries in one, and yet it's all wrapped in that familiar warmth only Mexico can give. Number 1. The Mexican spirit. Warmth, pride, and everyday joy. You can measure a country by its landmarks, but Mexico? You measure it by its people. There's something magnetic about the Mexican spirit. An energy that blends pride, kindness, and joy in a way you instantly feel. It's in the smile of the street vendor who remembers your order, the neighbor who invites you for tamales, and the mariachi songs that echo through every celebration. Life here runs on connection, not rush. Even strangers greet you with a genuine "Buenos dias" that feels like a small gift. But beneath that warmth is deep national pride. Mexicans love their country fiercely. Its food, its history, its colors, its roots. From Aztec pyramids to Frida Kahlo's art, they protect their identity with grace. That's why travelers often say, Mexico feels human. It's not about perfection, it's about heart. And here's where it gets beautiful. Joy isn't a luxury here, it's part of the daily rhythm. Even those who don't have much materially still find ways to celebrate life. Music, food, laughter, it's everywhere. You'll see families eating together in plazas at night, kids chasing balloons, street performers turning traffic jams into mini concerts. That's not chaos, it's community. For expats, this spirit is infectious. You start slowing down, greeting people, living softer, and money. It stretches far enough to buy comfort and time. You realize happiness isn't about wealth, it's about warmth. That's what Mexico teaches you. Joy isn't bought, it's shared. At the end of the day, the real magic of Mexico isn't the places, it's the people. Their resilience, humor, and open hearts remind you that the best life isn't the most expensive, it's the most connected. So, after exploring everything from the wild adventures to the irresistible spirit of everyday life in Mexico, one thing's clear. This country isn't just a travel spot, it's a whole lifestyle waiting to be lived. Whether you're here for the low cost, the vibrant people, or just the peace that comes with warm sunsets and good food, Mexico delivers it all. If this video got you dreaming of life south of the border, drop a comment below, hit that subscribe button, and give this video a like. Share it too. Someone you know might be planning their next big move.